What would be the important ingredients of a good report?
Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. You attended the camp. What is this whole concept at the camp level, at the national level?
In the recent attack, the Pahalgam attack, I wanted to address. What was the modus operandi of terrorists?
What is the concept of Vixbar Bharat?
A lot of encouragement is being given to the women to join the CISF. What is the advantage of having greater number of women in CISF?
What all factors are responsible for insurgency in Northeast?
Why do you adopt the freestyle way of working?
May I come in, sir?
Please come in.
Good
Please
afternoon,
be
sir.
seated. Please be
Good
seated.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir.
Rupali, this is going to be your first interview?
Sir, yes, sir.
First interview. But then your face looked very familiar. I thought that you had come here last year. That's not the case, huh? So tell us something about yourself.
Sir, my name is Rupali Singh. I have lived in Delhi. I have completed my early education from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1. Post that, I did my graduation from Miranda House in BSc Physical Sciences. I was also a part of National Cadet Corps in my college times. And after 2022, when I graduated, I started preparing for the defense examinations. I have interest in teaching, and it's been 7 months that I'm in a teaching field, sir.
What do you teach?
Sir, I am a freelancer. So I primarily teach science, but at the same time, I take different projects like of content creating for the aspirants or doubt resolution management.
Doubt resolution.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned something else prior to that.
Sorry, sir.
Doubt resolution, but you mentioned something else prior to that.
Yes, sir. So content creating, doubt resolution.
Content creation.
Yes, sir.
What content do you create for the children?
Sir, actually, I make content for the CAPF and the CDS aspirants for their paper 2 preparation, and for the CDS, I go for the GS studies.
So you do multiple sort of things, for the
Yes,
children
sir.
also, and for the aspirants of the paramilitary forces also.
Yes, sir.
CAPF examination. So what content do you create for the CAPF examination? Let's hear about that.
Sir, actually, I make content for the paper 2.
Paper 2.
Yes,
Paper
sir.
2 is
CAPF paper 2. So
Right.
there are 2 examinations in
Right.
CAPF. So for the CAPF paper 2.
so what is in paper 2, and what specific aspect of paper 2 do you create for the content?
Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, there are 4 different sections. First is essay, second is argument, third is report, and the fourth is grammar. Grammar section does not with me. It is handled by somebody else. When I talk about the other parts, it is something that I handle. So how to write an essay, what to write in essay, how to go for the introduction, the conclusion part, the body. And
That is about the essay, and there are 2 other sections about which you also be doing.
Sir, argument writing, how to
Argument writing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, how to actually form different arguments for the for and against the topic.
I mean, essentially the debating skills, huh?
Sort of, sir.
Right. And third,
So third, the report writing.
report writing, huh?
Yes, sir. So for the report writing, my mandate is to let them know how to write a report in order to let the higher command knows what the actual incident has happened.
Let us see, let's get into the issue of report writing. Huh? What would be the important ingredients of a good report?
Yes, sir. Sir, a good report is one where from the introduction one gets to know the actual ground reality. Second, sir, a good report is when it is having the factual basis and the real understanding, and also the sources which has been referred. These are the 2 things that I'm getting.
Right. You need to be much more, much more expletive about it. But anyhow, now I was just seeing that you've been in the Prime Minister Rally. What is the Prime Minister Rally?
Sir, actually, it's a program that happens on 28th of January every year. It's
28th of January.
Yes, sir.
Post the Republic Day.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Sir, it's the culmination of the Republic Day camp. And
Of the NCC.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So, sir, in Prime Minister's rally, our Honorable Prime Ministers pay visit, And apart from that, sir, there are parade that happens, cultural events, also, so the tableau.
Acha, on the 28th evening.
Yes, sir,
Right.
at the Karyappa parade ground.
I appreciate that. And of course, you've been a group coordinator in Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat camp. What is this all about? Again, a part of NCC itself.
Yes, sir.
But we are talking in terms of Viksit Bharat. Have you heard about Viksit Bharat?
Yes, sir.
What is the scheme about?
Uh,
What is the concept of Viksit Bharat?
yes, sir. Sir, Viksit Bharat is the terminology that has been termed by our Honorable Prime Minister, and it states that by 2047 we'll be a developed country. That is also I'm able to recall.
You have to do more about it, huh?
Okay, sir.
And then when you mentioned everything is freestyle, so dancing is also freestyle, and education is also freestyle. So why do you adopt the freestyle way of working? Just think about it.
Sir, talking about the dancing.
No, why the freestyle?
Yes, sir.
Because I was mentioning freestyle, education also was freestyle.
Sir, freelancer.
Freelancer, okay. I mean, it dominates, the free dominates everything.
Yes, sir.
So, why the freestyle? Or why the parameter free?
Yes, sir. Sir, free in the freelancer means that you work on your terms. You have projects, you need to complete it. Although there are deadlines, but you have flexibilities as compared to the other job profiles. Sir, I have chosen that because, sir, my father is a retired personnel from the Indian Navy, so it was my responsibility to help him financially. But at the same time, sir, I wanted to prepare for my competitive examination since I was doing well in that. So I took up something that cannot actually hamper my preparation, but will contribute in that respect. Talking about, sir, the freestyle dancing, in that free means dancing skill which is not choreographed as such. You are the person who is going to improvise it at the same moment. From the very young age, sir, I have been interested in that. I have not learned it
So
professionally.
tell me one thing, you have been applying for the defense forces and you have been applying for the paramilitary forces, and these organs of the government, in fact, they don't allow you too much of flexibility. I think that there is something, an element of discipline. So how would you balance the contradictory positions of the services that you would like to join, and your own freestyle spirit? How are you going to synchronize these efforts?
Sir, I'm a defense brat. Discipline is something that has been there in my life. I have been a disciplined student, a disciplined cadet in NCC, and this is something that I've myself signed up for. I want to be at a place where discipline is the norm. The things that I've adopted till now is to achieve the destination that I want to reach, sir. So ultimately, this is something that I want to be in.
Yeah, that is okay, but your spirit is somewhere, and you're getting into services which of course talks in terms of the top-down approach. It does not give you too much of flexibility. That is my perception. How are you going to balance your personal instinct with the organizational objective? How are you going to do that?
Sir, actually, what I believe is whatever I've done till now is to achieve the goal of my life. And the goal of my life is to get into the services where I understand, sir, the flexibility is not that much, but it is for the national security.
Anyhow, thank you, sir.
Okay. Rupali,
Yes, sir.
So you've been staying in Delhi for long?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about Delhi.
Yes,
5
sir.
points.
Sir, Delhi is the capital city of our country. So Delhi Metro has been the famous and the most used transportation system of our country. Third, sir, it hosts different government infrastructure. We have Parliament of India. We have Supreme Court of our country. Sir, I'm able to recall these ones.
You take a little more time. Think about it. I need 5 points about Delhi. 3 you have described.
Yes, sir. Sir, Delhi is the place where migration happens the most, and it is the region which gives employment to a large proportion of our country. Sir, So the last that I am able to recall is that it's a union territory that has its special mention in our constitution by the 69th Constitutional Amendment Act, and it has embedded Article 239 AA.
Okay. And you studied in Miranda?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were the mess in charge in your NCC camp.
Yes.
What challenges did you face as a mess in charge?
So the first challenge is to make a queue which is exactly straight. A lot of students used to not actually obey the lines. Secondly, sir, there were certain issues when it comes to the food quality. Certain times hair or certain things have been found. So due to which students usually do not prefer eating. So having that confidence in the food.
What kind of things are found and people are not inclined to eat? What is that?
Sir, when I was the mess in charge that time, there was one insect that was found in the food. Yes, sir. So I made it very clear that we'll be making the food again, and Saab sir also told me the same. These are the two major challenges that I faced, sir.
So how did you come over these problems and motivate the children or the cadets to eat the food?
Yes, sir. So to overcome the first challenge, I was a bit strict. I would first give 2 warnings to per cadet. If not, then there is the punishment that we would give, a bend, and by that they will follow the orders of mine. The second thing, sir, was more with my Sahab sir that used to guide me for the same. If there is any issue, I will talk to him and make a decision thereafter.
Okay. Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat.
Yes, sir.
You attended the camp.
Yes, sir.
What is this whole concept at the camp level, at the national level?
Sir, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat has been in place from 2015 by Honorable Prime Minister. The main aim of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat is to inculcate the feeling of brotherhood amongst the people of our country. At the national level, it is an initiative to have to make people understand the culture and the significance of local tradition. When it comes to the camp level, we were coming from the different directorates, knowing languages of different directorates, and also the tradition that they follow at their places.
So, if this is the government initiative and we are all working towards Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, then why there is so much of burning, bickering? One state says, don't come into my state, I'll not give you employment, don't, this language, that language, hundreds of things are happening, Manipur, all kinds of things, Bengal. How are we able to achieve Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat concept? How can we materialize it? What are your suggestions? Though a lot of things are listed in the project, the scheme, but then practically on ground, how you can achieve? How you can improve the state from what it is now?
Sir, all the issues that you have stated has its own challenges. If I talk about the language problem that is there, it can be curtailed by actually implementing the southern Indian languages to our northern states. By that, we'll win the confidence of the southern states. The second issue is, sir,
every day you hear in the newspapers, mandatory, no, not mandatory, compulsory, not this language, not that language. So we are having difference in opinion on every possible aspect of respecting other people's religion. You have practically seek it. I'm talking from the newspaper's point of view. This is
Yes,
not my
sir.
personal opinion. I'm not making any personal opinion. I am giving the observation what I've seen in the papers. So what do you say to that? What is your view? How it can be improved?
sir, I
To
understand.
fulfill the Honorable Prime Minister's aim, the scheme that he has launched, the initiative that has been launched for integration.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's true that there are certainly headlines which comes up on a regular basis in the newspaper. We are 1.4 billion of people with the most diverse environment in the world. There are certain disagreements that are bound to happen. But I do not feel, sir, that it is any way deteriorating the actual essence of our country. I believe that there are certain issues that can be curtailed by negotiation, by deliberation, and by awareness amongst the people. And it should be started from the school level, I believe, sir.
So this is the point. So we must have more of programs on the TV where we are showing integration,
Yes, sir.
respecting other people's sentiments, religion, cultures, then only it will happen, rather than holding debates on TV between this and that.
Yes, sir. Sir, I feel that the first thing.
Awareness.
Sorry, sir.
Awareness.
Yes, sir.
And indoctrinating people that integration is what we are looking for, not anything else.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, one of your seniors, your commandant, for example, when you're posted in the CIF unit, wants some favors and he wants to post you to a decent place or something like that, or give you good reports in the annual confidential report. And you feel that it is going to violate your values, what will you do? And you are at the risk, he may not promote you or give you such ACR or report, annual confidential report, which may be detrimental to your career growth. What will you do?
Sir, my senior has
Your
told
value
me to.
base getting compromised versus your promotion.
Sir, my senior has told me to do something.
Something which is unethical, which doesn't is not in alignment with your value system. What will you do now?
Sir, in forces, I'll be a junior, so my mandate is to follow the orders. But if it is something unethical, then I would ask for a written order, sir, and I would make sure that my higher commands know about the same. If I have the written order, sir, I'll go with it, sir.
You have the written orders.
Yes, if I have, sir, I will not work on oral orders. If I have
But
the
you will
written
work on written orders.
Uh,
That is what is that for?
sir, I believe
If
that
a thing is wrong, whether in writing or orally given to you, verbally given to you.
sir, my understanding of force is a lot of things in forces work on the orders from the seniors. So I understand there are certain things where my value system will not be aligned. But if I have the written orders, that means that the higher commands want me to do the same. So I believe that my mandate is to follow the orders, sir, as a junior.
A lot of encouragement is being given to the women to join the CIF, sir. What is the advantage of having greater number of women in CIF, sir?
Sir, honestly speaking, I'm not aware of why CISF is actually taking so many
Beg your pardon?
women. Sir, actually, I'm not aware of why CISF wants women to join the CISF. But one thing that I can think of is why women are choosing CISF as their first preference. So traditionally, these forces were not open for women, and there are certain stereotypes when it comes to.
What will be the benefit of having women in CISF? Okay, let's forget why. What benefit will accrue?
So the first is so the new perspectives and so the gender equality in the forces. Third, sir.
Okay, let's talk about the transactions. There is a woman at the airport, and there is an altercation with somebody, or there is some difficult customer. And in similar situation, there is a man having to face a difficult customer. Who will face it better? Who will handle it better?
Sir, I believe that the competence to handle a situation is more related to a person's attribute and not a person's gender. So I believe that it is more related to I would be in need of understanding the competence of both the people who are in the situation.
Same competence, okay, competence A, competence B, same, woman and man. Now, who will be able to handle it better? At the airport, one passenger is getting nasty.
Getting, sir?
Nasty.
Okay, sir.
Okay? There is a man handling it and a woman handling it. Both CISF.
Sir, I believe then women will be able to handle it better.
That is
sir.
why they want more women.
Sorry, sir?
That is why they want more women.
Sir, I believe that usually people follow the orders of women.
No, not orders of women. They are in a better position to handle such tricky situations.
Okay, sir. Sir, I was not aware of it, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely.
Sir. Rupali, who is the Chief General of Pakistan Army?
Yes, sir. Sir, General Asim Munir, sir.
Recently he was in news.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So there was a conference in the Pakistan that he held where he has actually mentioned certain statements which were not appropriate as per our national interest, and that is why he was actually getting the limelight in the newspapers.
Define terrorism.
Sir, terrorism is basically an act of violence that has happened in order to instill the fear in people in order to accomplish the ideological, religious, or any other purpose.
In the recent attack, the Pahalgam attack, I wanted to address. What was the modus operandi of terrorists?
So the modus operandi of terrorist was to actually fire at the place where more civilians are there and less security personnel are there in order to instill more fear in people. Second, sir, they choose the time when the tourists actually appear more in numbers. Thirdly, sir, they have chosen Pahalgam after a very long time because they wanted to show that the normalcy which people were feeling that Jammu and Kashmir has attained is not that. These are the three things that I'm able to recall, sir.
Oh, okay. Recently, there was news in the Naxal area of Jharkhand, Lugu Hills. Why Lugu Hills?
Logo Hills.
Lugu Hills. Lugu Hills was in the news.
Sir, I'm not sorry, sir,
Okay.
I'm not aware of it.
The Home Minister has given a deadline to
Yes, sir.
eliminate Naxals from the LW areas.
Yes, sir.
First of all, what the date he has given, and for elimination of Naxalism from LW area, what all action government is taking?
Sir, firstly, the date is 31st March 2026. So there are certain actions that the government has taken in that order. So the first is they have created more forward bases. Secondly, sir, the railway, sir, the constructions of the 11,000 kilometers of roadways has created. More than 4,000 of mobile towers have been there, sir. Apart from that, sir, they are also winning the hearts and the minds of the people by actually having skill development by the help of the Roshni scheme. So there are other things that they are doing is actually surrendering, those people who are surrendering, they are working towards their rehabilitation. Apart from that, sir, recently our Honorable Home Minister has said that the districts which will be Naxal free will be getting 1 crore for the development of the particular place. So there are certain technology integration that we are actually taking place by using the sensors, drones, and the satellite communication. So these are all that I can.
So, what all factors are responsible for insurgency in Northeast?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually in Northeast region, there are 200 plus ethnic communities, because of which there are certain disagreements in that order. So the first reason is that Northeast region shares border with the international countries. And sir, anything that happens there, for example, sir, coup in Myanmar has the spillover effect in the northeastern region. We have seen certain cross-border arms smuggling and also the drug smuggling. Second, sir, unfortunately, there is Golden Triangle, which is famous for the drug trafficking, and that is why, sir, there are more drug trade in that particular place.
What is the way forward for that? How to address the issue?
Sir, I think that Indian government has to come up with two strategies. The first is to win the hearts and the minds of the people and to make them realize why it is important to be actually integrated and then to be disintegrated. Second, sir, I believe is by increasing the security presence there, by improving the infrastructure capabilities and improving the technological advancement there. I believe, sir, these are the two things that we
Okay,
should
thank
be
you.
doing.
Rupali, our interaction with you is formally over, and we'd like to give you some feedback.
Rupali, well, you have a pleasant bearing, good, cheerful disposition, and pretty articulate. You can express very well. And you've been logical, you can correlate issues well, and you're spontaneous, have a fair amount of presence of mind. So, all this is in your favor. One or two small points. One is about your shirt, though it is suiting you all right.
Sir, I'll be wearing a sari.
Okay, if you wear sari, or even if you wear shirt, it could be some light cream color or something like that. It's a little darker shade.
Okay,
You
sir.
can
So
wear
my
a
sari is cream color.
It should be light cream with some small border. That's okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. And then, but this suiting you all right. I'm not commenting on that, but for interviews it is better. That's what I'm saying. Now, there's a little amount of head movement. I would say it's rather pronounced.
Yes, sir. So I've tried a bit, but I'm not able
But
to
you should
actually.
be aware of it. Don't try to change it now. If you can change it, I mean, you'll be confused otherwise. But be conscious that it is there. Then the unethical order, I insisted a lot. I was dwelling on it for quite a bit of time. I would expect that you should be steadfast. You should not budge. Written orders or verbal order. That means साहब उसने हुक्म दिया मैं क्या करूँ ये देखो पर लिखा हुआ मैं तो करना ही था. You succumb to. Whether in writing or verbally, any orders given that are unethical are not to be obeyed. Illegal,
Okay, sir.
unlawful command should not be obeyed. Any unlawful command should not be obeyed. Any personal favors which are wrong, not matching your value system, not obeyed.
Yes, sir.
But be polite, decent. Language has to be proper.
Yes, sir.
Then you ought to be preparing beforehand certain things, whatever is mentioned in your draft. For example, NCC Camp 4, that was all coming off and not correlating things properly because you knew you are, it's just a make-do answer. It may not have happened really, I don't know.
Sorry, sir.
This answer did not look very convincing.
Okay, sir.
Invariably they will ask you whatever duties you performed, what challenges, what good things, what bad things. They'll always ask you. So prepare them beforehand. That as a mess in charge, these were the challenges, these were the good points, how I handle it. Writing में बना के तैयार करो.
Okay.
Then similarly your Ek Bharat. Then translate it practically. How can it happen for the country? At your camp level, yes. At young youth, everything is okay. But people have very stiff ideas about certain things. How the whole country can come into that good theme of Ek Bharat, Ek Shresth Bharat. And on ground, what is the reality? As per the newspapers, I'm not giving any of my personal opinions. Okay? So, how India can change and be in alignment with this thought of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Those things should be prepared in advance. Okay? Otherwise, well done. Good. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
When you are going to appear for interview?
Sir, 7th of May.
Okay. Your knowledge about the internal security is good and you have answered well. Keep it updated by going through the newspapers and all. That's all.
I don't have much to say because they performed well, but then of course a couple of issues. In fact, I thought because you mentioned freestyle dancing and we had a lot of discussion of freelancer, and then of course, I mean, see, these are wayward questions, but you need to think on these issues. That's very important. All of us having some smart questions when companies come up. All the questions that are asked are normally smart only, but trying to correlate things.
Yes, sir.
So, see, obviously you're joining forces which are these are all top down actually. So, how do you exist? How do you balance it? Just think on these issues. Yeah, by and large, you've been trying to give a good answer, fairly good answer, but you can do much better. Then, of course, we talked about, yes, you answered well in terms of the Vixbar Bharat, you knew about it, flexibility and other things you're talking about. And then about the report writing, in fact, I mean, those are the, because see, ultimately, all of a sudden, the moment you mention, okay, I'm trying to teach, you're applying for the CAPF and then also teaching content writing, which is very common. In fact, people do it, So at least the ingredients of a good report, these are some. You never have thought that such questions can be asked,
Yes.
So now what you do is now frame those answers. You're a very good candidate. You're very articulate, and you are quite well aware of how things are working out. So we don't have any issues on that. But what we'll suggest is your interview you mentioned on the 11th.
Sir, 7th.
7th, so still have a bit of time. Do a bit of with your DAF and with current affairs, make some written answers also. So that, as sir was pointing it out, that don't try to like he was talking in terms of what you do in the mess or something like that he was asking. Don't try to formulate over there. Have the answers in black and white, in writing, flesh and blood, so that your answers become much more appropriate and they become very convincing. Although, by and large, you have been able to convince the board. I mean, that's a feeling, in fact, But see, these examinations these are competitive examinations. Every mark will matter,
Yes,
So
sir.
why not get the best? Why not get the highest? And you have the potential for it, huh?
Sure,
So
sir.
do that. You have a good institute. You've got a good background. You got the background of the
Defense.
defense forces also. So there's some areas which of course we didn't interact with you on, especially in terms of the reforms in the defense sector. It will become very important. Your father is in the Navy, in fact, So so all those things, try to prepare what you call. You still have a bit of time. A question bank of say 40 issues from your DAF and 40-50 from the current affairs, and keep on reading newspapers. Make some written notes. Define an issue. What are the important ingredients, and then of course, what is the way out? Some contra views also. A lot of discussions are going on, especially in terms of the Supreme Court rulings, etc.
Yes, sir.
Get into that also. See why a certain judgment has come up, but but it's also big. I mean, there are a lot of what you call a lot of things are being said about the judgment. So the power of the Supreme Court, related issues, and then of course the let us say if the government is not happy, you can go for a curative petition. There's so many things, So try to see things in all their manifestations, so that the answer is based on facts and it's a good what you call it's an answer which is balanced and which which is very convincing. So that is exactly what you should do in the next. Do a bit and revise. Yeah, I would again, in your case, I would also suggest that don't waste too much of time going here and there. Sit down at home, do written preparations, revise, and do fantastic. That's the only thing that I'd like to tell you. Now, would you like to ask us some questions or some queries on your side?
Yes, sir.
Now, please.
Sir, actually, I felt that the questions that you asked, in most of the answers, I was myself not satisfied.
Like,
Approximately all the questions I
so
was
they
not.
were spontaneously being devised, I would say. You contrived those answers without adequate thought, maybe, under the stressful environment that one is in normally in the interview scenario. So that's what I'm saying. You prepare them beforehand, write down. I do these things, dance, this, that. What questions can be asked from this? That's all. So you write the answers for that. Collect your thoughts and write them down. So once you've written it down, once you go through your pen, then you have consolidated everything.
Sir, I do this on a regular basis.
Huh.
So the question that I have is that there are certain questions that I may not actually think before, but I am answering it in the real
But
interview.
once you've gone through this exercise of consolidating, then you'll get the alignment for such answers. There will be the similar pattern that you will be able to answer.
The mind gets trained,
Yeah.
The mind gets trained.
Yes, sir.
And the mind also starts makes you think. The mind also makes you connect, connect the dots.
So if you
See here, all of a sudden, we asked you about the report writing. In fact, what are the ingredients of the report? You're an educator. You're teaching, and they have to get good marks in the written papers. How do you do that? So you thought over it.
Sure, sir.
Not an issue. I mean, just do the written aspect. Nobody can foreguess the questions as to what you're going to ask in the interview. To prepare well, and prepare meticulously. Prepare to the hint.
Sir, how much marks I can actually expect from this performance of mine?
From this performance, I'll tell you, go to Bhagavad Gita, अपना काम करते रहो. See, I've already rated you. That's not an issue. But see, if I tell you how much will I rate you, then of course you may get complacent also. You may see the other way around also. We'll give you a clip. See, you also mentioned some areas I was not satisfied.
Yes,
So build
sir.
upon those strengths. Build upon the weaknesses, in fact, That's how you go ahead. आप अच्छी तैयारी करें, जो अच्छा बोलोगे, आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे नहीं, कौन रोकेगा? Nothing. Okay, all the best. Do well.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.